Great. Great. So, good evening, and we are all welcome. We welcome ourselves. Yeah, this is the squad. We're welcome to the Hangout. We're so glad to at least be together today. It's another Wednesday, and we're going to talk about issues that pertain to our growth as individuals. I hope I may be seen properly. Yeah, my microphone today, I feel like it's going to me, so I put it aside. But anyway, it's in the corner here somewhere. Yeah. So today we're going to deal with issues that has to do with growth. Our topic today is building our growth environments. And with me to talk about this and also digest our 4 and 3 able panelists, with our lead panelist being Mr. Dan SIDSAYA, and we have Mama Melissa and Papa Paul in the house to bless us and grace us with their insights and wisdom. And I think the arrangement and how God has put this together is just so amazing. So if no one else joins, I'm happy. In fact, I should close the attendance room and let everyone stay in the waiting room. And it's just gonna be the 4 of us because we're gonna have a blast. And yeah, so senior one, Dan, can you please tell us more about yourself? Who are you? And yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity to join your hangout.
You have been
I'm
here
blessed,
already.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
blessed to be
God.
part of this. I think
Yeah,
you explaining this to me
yeah.
about what you wanted to start this hangout. I was much thankful to God for opening such an opportunity for you. And I think
Okay.
that's transforming lives and will transform lives. So I'm
Mm,
grateful for that opportunity and to meet everyone also in this group. I'm
yeah.
grateful. Yeah. Okay. Actually, my name is Dan SIDSAYA or Dan Wimpanga SIDSAYA fully. I was born in Tamale, that's in Ghana. So,
Wait, you are not
okay.
escaping my hangout book. You are
Okay.
not escaping my book.
No,
So please go
I'm
ahead,
I'm not
sir.
yet done.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, so I'm Dan Wimpanga SIDSAYA, actually uh, a brother to Grace SIDSAYA, uh, a firstborn of 4 children, uh, the SIDSAYAs, and I was born in Tamale, that's the northern region of Ghana. That's where I grew up having all my studies from crèche to the university in the northern region, and right now relocated to the southern part of Ghana, that is Accra, the capital town. And presently, I'm a junior software developer, mainly in Angular, Ionic, JavaScript, uh, WordPress,
Slash senior one.
many, like
Slash
let's say
senior
many,
one.
many.
Slash
Oh,
making, slash websites making, slash
yeah,
hacking.
website,
No, we didn't say hacking, but
yeah,
everything, BAB, we know.
yeah.
Right.
Artificial intelligence and cybersecurity.
AI,
So,
sana
so
yepena
cybersecurity is where
cyber
I
security.
actually love and would love
Mm.
to delve
Your
in
passion
the
is in
future. So,
cyber security.
yes, so that's all about me for now. So, as time goes on, you get to know.
Nice. So, what would you say drives you? What drives you? What motivates you? What makes you a better person?
Okay, I would say the word of God, first of all, is my guide, is my motivation, is my direction. Because since I was a child, I think that I've been grown, and I also had the privilege to grow up in a Christian home, where both of my parents are into ministry. My dad is a Bible translator. My mom is also a church worker and also does her uh, work from Monday to Friday. And that makes it easy to learn and to be able to have
Mm-hmm.
all the values to face the issues of life. So
Yeah.
I think that's the word of God primarily. Secondly, my parents. And thirdly, the kind of people I associate with uh, also increase my value or who I am today, because these are
Mm-hmm.
the main three things that,
Family
to
and
me,
association.
yeah, that models my life and
So
directs me.
do you believe in you can choose your family, like a family after family? Like the association part is like second family that we get to choose when we move out, right? When we grow up. It's like a family you get to choose by your own, right? Do you
Yeah,
see it like that?
yeah, I think that that's good. It's good to have family from your main family, actually. Actually, having those kind of people help you out and also guide you in the walks of life and as to decisions that you make at those specific times, because it's not
Mm-hmm.
all the time that your parents or your guardians will be around, but having those kind of people who will shape your life onto the next level is what is needed and what is good to have. So you should also be like, let's say, you should know the kind of family you also go into that will help you, or the kind of people you choose as family that will help you
Good.
as to, yeah, what
Mm-hmm.
you want to be in the future. Because if you go to choose some different kinds of people that will not build your character wise, you in ministry wise, you in
Mm-hmm.
uh, relationship wise and other ways, is going to send you back or make you retard in life. So I think that
Mm-hmm.
having the right people is a good thing.
Okay. And
Yeah.
that would bring me to the follow-up question. Can
Okay.
everyone be part of your second family? And how many circles of family should you have? And I think,
Mm,
yeah, what would you say about that?
I think the number does not matter, but I think
Mm-hmm.
value, the number of uh, the value that those people place in your life. Because I'm a person, I don't have much friends. Let's say uh, I'm not an introvert pro, but I don't like much company that do not
Mm-hmm.
bring value into my life. So I should have these kind of people, or 5 or 10 people that I know that surely when I'm in a situation, I can go to this place, I can go to this person, I can be able to seek advice and I get it easily.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ghana MTM Fuasa 30 Wilmana.
Ah,
Hello.
hello.
Oh, sana ya media. Mekasa MTM Fuasa started.
Oh,
Sana
oh,
ya me network. Please go ahead.
okay. I'm using a broadband network, so I think
Okay.
my network should be stable. Yeah.
MTN, please, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can blast them. You can blast them. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, please.
yeah. So I think number does not matter. It's the
Mhm.
value, the number of people, because I do not like large crowd. I like to have people that when I'm in trouble or when I need advice, when I need guidance as to an area of
Mhm.
life, I can just reach out to them and I know that these people surely will give me the solutions to
So
what
are
I
you an
want.
introvert or an extrovert though? Let's get that out of the way.
No, I'm an introvert. That one I must tell the truth.
Ah, so
I
meaning are
I
the
don't like to talk.
extroverts. Many
You are the
extroverts.
extrovert. You know
You
you are the extrovert. You
I
know that.
hear. So
You
guys,
know that.
Melissa and Papa Paul, what do you think? Do we get to choose our second family in life? Do we get to choose the people that can become and add specific values into our lives like our family? Do we get to do that? Papa Paul, I'm coming for you. Please, what do you think? Oh, Melissa, your microphone is on. Please go ahead. Oh,
Let me
okay,
say
Papa
something.
Paul, go ahead. Yes, Papa Paul, please go
No,
ahead.
no, no, no. Auntie Melissa, go on. Say,
Okay,
I'm
okay,
still thinking about it.
okay. Melissa, please go on.
Okay. Thank you very much, Grace. So, in terms of what I think, in terms of our immediate family, I think it's very hard to choose. I think you have to accept the family you have been given by God, whether that person is good or bad, So this blend and mixture of different characters and personality, that's what makes you who you are. That's what makes you a strong person. I always give an example when someone is making a cake. A cake is a mix of everything. It has salt, which is salty. It
Yeah.
has yeast, which is bitter. It has flour, which is tasteless. It has sugar, which is wow, so sweet and delicious. But if you mix all those things, at the end, it becomes beautiful.
Yeah.
So for me, that's same as family.
Mm.
You have everything in family, but those part of people, they are there to mold your character and make you who you are. And also the extended, now the friends and the what, yes, at some point you can choose. If you see that this person is being toxic, you can choose to leave that person or help that person or whatever you want to do. So yes, but I believe that everyone who is put in our lives is put for a reason. Nothing happens by coincidence.
Right. Everyone put in our life is there for a reason. Right.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you,
Papa
Madam
Paul.
Melissa.
Yes.
I
Thank you,
agree with
Melissa.
her
Thank you.
perfectly.
Yes.
What I'm thinking about, I think she said like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound biblical,
Yeah.
but I know that the Bible's right in your mother's womb, but I knew you.
Mm.
This means a lot. Means that
Mm.
a lot of things are I believe that everything is predestined. I don't know.
Mm.
Well, for the discussion, I don't want religious discussion because I want to make it a general discussion of atheist or something. Then after
Mm-hmm. No,
an
please
argument,
flow.
Please
Please
flow.
flow.
Please
I don't
flow.
have them come argue with me because
Yeah.
I'm very sure they will bring you a lot of quotes and
Yeah.
sayings, scholars that we know about. Because of
Yeah.
secularism, recently I'm very careful when
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
platforms because you have to be careful. Then you have to bring
Yeah.
you think about all of them, bring all these people in on board. If
Yes,
if you
exactly.
start to pick up, people don't get interested in your
Yeah.
native program. But well,
Yeah.
let's say like what Auntie Melissa said. I think generally we all accept that
Yes.
every predestined. I don't believe anything happens for. I don't believe something happens as an accident. I know
Yes.
every basically there's nothing coincident in this life.
Yes.
Your parents one, your family
Mm-hmm.
is one. Even going
Yes.
forward, I believe that God knew that one day I will know Miss Grace Sidsaya, right?
Yeah.
I'll
Thank
know
you. Yes.
I'll know Annalise, I'll know Dan
Yes.
Sidsaya. And I'm
Yes.
going forward, that all these things I plan, God knew that today, the day will come today, you get to know all these people. They are
Yes.
there for a particular purpose. And also
Mm-hmm.
vice versa. I also believe that God knew that Grace will meet Paul, we meet Melissa. So all these people help to nurture us for a destination. I believe life is like a journey we're going on. All these people will help you on the journey going forward. As to how fast or how soon or for what purpose, only God defines those purposes, you know. So I don't want to make it say like if if I have a choice, you choose some choose this one and choose that. I don't know, but I also think that we don't blame the parents or we don't blame those who are not there or those who cannot be there for the family to say that, oh, maybe you feel some way you regret your family. Well, maybe I shouldn't have been born in an African family. I should have born in America. Maybe I should have born in Europe. Maybe my life would have been more.
Yeah.
You know, oh yeah, that's a fact. If you're Denmark, you don't need to worry. You know, your whole life is full of stimulus and packages and all that. You just need to enjoy the packages till you go
Yes,
away. So they are born in a
exactly.
different style from us.
Yeah.
But I believe God wanted me to be born probably in Africa for me to have the skin for it, have a thick skin for it. That God knew that place will mold me into what I'll be in the future. And nobody knows what any of us will be. So the family is just it's just those people, the root to bring you to a destination. And on the way, the friends you make also become a family for you. The more you grow, you meet friends and they become family. Like I always use myself as an example. In my business I did, and I don't think my family played even 10% role in my business. Well, let me define my wife and her family, my family, my brother, and all this one. We do business together. No, I'm not saying we don't do business. We do, but they don't make up 10% of my business. Probably the things business. So, like let's say, I always take my high school. I mean, I went to this other college. I always say that that's one place that I'll always be grateful for, because some of the friends I met there, in this way, have moved my mind. Every time I tell my daughter, I will push to give her the best education, give her the best classmates, because I know
Great.
this world is a circle. You need a we call it a human currency. You need
Yes.
a circle. You need a circle. If you
Yes.
see any circle person, it should be defined by their circle. At this
Yeah.
college, gave me a very good circle. My
Yeah.
junior high school gave me a very good circle. So all these people you meet, vice versa, it doesn't matter whether they help you or not, but they all mold you into a direction. That's all I can say for now. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so very much, Papa. That's just in-depth. We went from the foundation, that is the biblical understanding that our days are already written and assigned by God, to the principle that you need to be surrounded by a good circle. So what would you say makes a good circle? What makes a good circle? Like, Dan, maybe you can take this first, then Melissa, then Paul will come through. What makes a good circle?
Oh, it depends on your personality or what you want to achieve, let's say in the future, or where you want to be. Yeah. So, and of these people or helpers, that's what the Bible termed them to be, helpers, to direct and help you navigate to those next steps. So I think that you can choose from there
Do
the number of
you
people.
really think that moving through with the concept of helpers is healthy?
Let's say they are helpers, so you can call them family.
No, I wouldn't. I personally would challenge the thought of helpers.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
But what will you
I will
term? Why
challenge
will
the
you
thought
term
of
them?
helpers, because it's like that. I feel, especially, and I'm going to flip it even to Christianity. I'm going to put in a little things.
Uh-huh.
I think those concepts are what have kept us, a lot of African believers. You know, that's why they spend more time in the churches praying for destiny helpers instead of working towards their destiny. Helpers is relative, because in this life I feel that it is a magnetic push and pull. a force of attraction, a positive and a negative. So it is about who you are. You attract only what you are. It's the law of attraction. So if the mindset is helpers, you will attract people that need help. Are you following me?
Okay.
Are you following me?
Yeah.
If the mindset is
Perfect. Actually, Auntie Grace, you made a very perfect point, and I agree with you
yeah
100%.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe
yeah
to the word and also the teaching what goes on in Africa. I'm an African man, 100% Ghanaian.
Yeah.
I won't say it because today I live abroad, so I feel I'm bigger than the continent. No, but
no
I don't subscribe to the word helpers and destiny helpers, whatsoever helpers. Please go out there and help yourself so that God helps you. God
Yeah.
help those who help themselves.
yeah
Circle. I believe that Jesus Christ had a circle. Jesus
yes
Christ himself, when he came to, he's the King of Kings. He knows everything. He's from the Alpha and Omega, like we say in Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah, he shouldn't have. He can do anything. He doesn't need me, Paul. I don't think he needed Peter for anything. But in his own mind, he knew that I need a circle. He tried to delegate certain things. He had a circle.
Yeah.
Circle is what you call the disciples or whatever, people who followed him here and there, who he worked with. Please, he didn't shout that, okay, I just need helpers. He was not just around. He arranged himself very well. He was well positioned.
Yeah.
yes well
So you position yourself and then you help yourself and then God will help you. That's what I believe in.
Yeah.
Please. It's about time that
Yeah.
Africa we change the narrative of helpers, destiny helpers. People won't go to
yes
work. You won't think about what you can do for yourself. You stay
yeah
in church from Monday to Sunday. I don't subscribe to. I believe in God. I love
nice
God. I
Yeah.
tithes. I love
yeah
God.
Praise God.
Even me, if I don't subscribe to it. Let me say atheists and their thoughts. I believe in God 100%. That
Yeah.
I cannot say I'm 100% perfect, but I believe that somehow I know that God is God. I believe in God. Oh, God exists. I believe in Trinity. I believe in all these things. But please, if I wake up in the morning, I have my schedule for the day. I know
yeah
what I need to do. Put food on the
yeah
table for my family. I wouldn't exchange this for a Bible study or a Bible church service somewhere, and then stop everything I need to do and then stay in the church for that one. No, no, please. The
yes
rule really said when you go to room, do what
Yeah.
you need to do, and then there's time for everything. The Bible
there's
is
time
very
for
clear and
everything
emphatic.
yes
So it's about time
exactly
Africa we take religion to a next level. We don't just keep it that way. The letter of it. Thank you.
Take
Yeah.
religion to the next level. And Papa, even I would dare to say that Christianity is not a religion, it's a way of life. It's the way we live our life. So if Christ is in me and is not outside of me, and I don't need to outwardly be live follow that pray 3 times a day. I probably pray more than 3 times a day or pray 5 times a day. You probably pray more
But
than 5.
this
Yeah,
is the
Papa,
problem.
please.
If you're in Ghana, like my family, my grandma is a pastor's wife, now very
Yeah,
old. If I go to speak like what you just said now, that
yeah.
I believe God is in me, I don't do that, I don't do that, she will tell you, cast the demon in you. She'll tell you, the first thing she'll tell you, I'm going to cast the demon in you. And is it a problem when I schedule myself or I do things that are different, or we need to do
Yes.
things differently from how other people do it?
Yes.
There are a lot of demons controlling your mind now. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
no way. I read the
Mm-hmm.
Bible for myself. I
Mm-hmm.
pray for myself. I don't believe I need
Oh
to
God
Yes.
for
put the man
yourself.
of
Yeah.
God to pray for me. I
Yes.
believe God is in me.
Exactly.
When I pray, He
Yes.
listens to me. I
He
believe that
listens.
a lot of things in my
Yes.
life is a testimony. My life
Mm.
itself is a testimony. That's what I believe
Glory.
in.
That is it. And that is the truth. And that is the truth. Last time some people
Yeah.
were offended when I think in 2020, I had a revelation and I truly believed in my heart. And I said to my family, I said, hey, I'm non denominational. I'm not don't because I grew up Assemblies of God. I grew up born Assemblies of God. Say I'm not gonna be any denomination. I'm just Christian. That's my denomination. My denomination is I belong to Christ. So I will have a church that I attend every Sunday. I will have a denomination I worship with. But guess what? My ministry is to the entire body of Christ, and I refuse to be limited to one particular area because Christ is a universal a universal God, and he is coming for a universal church. Yeah, so that in itself is a whole nother thing that we are going towards. I think, Melissa, your microphone is open. Please go ahead before I take this somewhere else.
I think I agree with you guys. When it comes to Christianity, it's not a collective thing; it's a personal thing. Like what is written in the Bible, the privilege that are in the Bible that were given to either Moses or Abraham, they are also given to you. That communication that you need to communicate to God, you can do it on a personal level. No prophet should come before you and tell you that God told me this, you know. When someone comes to you, it should come as a confirmation of what you already know.
Yes.
So when we talk about churches, that one is just a place where we go to meet. But when it comes to you yourself, your soul, what you are fighting for, that doesn't even count. So I totally agree with what you were saying. That it's a personal thing.
It's a personal thing, yes. So with the example of, and I'm sorry to make this all Christian based, because guys, I'm secular here. Please bear with us. We cannot not talk about Jesus. We are sorry, but we are not sorry. We are sorry, but we are not sorry. Yeah. We cannot not talk about Jesus. So the thing is, if we in the space of picking Christ as an example, okay, are to choose our circle, that is building our growth environments, even before we come to the secular things that we learn in books like what Atomic Habits and the 48 laws of power and the rest, before we come to those stuff that we have been taught and we know are psychological principles and scientific principles that has to do with environment, what are the things we can deduct from Christ bringing together his 12 disciples? Dan, I think you can take this first.
What can I take
Deduct.
from?
Yeah, what can you take from Christ bringing together his 12 disciples? That is building his environment. The first immediate people of impact.
I think that Christ, before he
Welcome,
came, he knew his purpose, why he was coming on earth, what he wanted to do.
Yeah,
So
I
as a
see Sarah
person,
here too. Let me just say welcome, Sarah.
yeah.
Sarah, you're welcome. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, so as a person, you must know what you want to do or what you want to achieve in this earth or on this earth, and the number of people you like to envision to touch their hearts.
So know your purpose.
The impact.
Know your purpose. Okay.
And the impact you would like to leave if you are out of this world or more. So
and impact you want to leave.
Yeah, so I think that with this you can run with these, and knowing that you are not going to let down your vision or your goal of the impact that you want to make, and that one will not matter with the numbers that you get. It's only with your purpose, because once you get your purpose and you know that your goal at the end, you are going to achieve that purpose or that gift with that giftings or that calling that God has called you to. The numbers itself, people will get to love or get to appreciate.
So it's not a numbers game.
So,
it's an impact game.
Yeah. So that's what I think.
Okay.
So you can get more than even 12.
Yeah. So Sarah, what do you think about this? Sarah, say something to us. You just joined. Are you convenient? If you're not, you can type in the group chat and we will read it. Hello. Hello? Okay. Pardon? Melissa? Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Can I understand your question one more time?
Yeah, my question was using Jesus as an example, right? How would or any other example, how would you build your growth environments? How would you build your circle? How would you be a bit more intentional in attracting, or not let's say attracting, but then okay, there's this saying that you may not know what you need, but just know what you don't need. You get it?
Okay.
So in knowing what we don't need, at least when we see what we need, we know what we need. So it's the sieving, right? The sieving. What would we use as a sieve in selecting out the growth or areas of impact or areas of growth, and how would we build that? Yeah.
Okay. I also think we touched this on our last podcast, like when Jesus was choosing his disciples, he chose people of every area. He chose a doctor. Maybe someone in his vicinity was going to be sick. He chose a tax collector, someone to do his taxes. He chose those sons that were the Peter that were good at fishing and also fighting, protection, and also spiritual things. He also chose them. He had a mixture of everything, and even the sons, the unredeemable, like Judas Iscariot was an unredeemable. Why was he an unredeemable? Means he's this viper, So that's how we should do also as people. When we choose where we put ourselves to, we should also look at what our situation, our current economy is, how it is happening. And also how we select information. I think our beliefs, like our biblical beliefs, should also guide us, and also your personal relationship with God. So that's what I think.
Yeah, that's so true. And thank you so much for sharing, Melissa. Because I think last time we did the specifications. I think if I would put one word to what you say, specifications. Because if Jesus didn't have Peter, you remember that time where the people came for the attacks from Jesus, and Jesus asked Peter to go and fish and bring the fish, and they opened the mouth of the fish, and there was a golden coin, and he used to do it to pay the tax. So even in the mundane, giving what belongs to Caesar, Peter was chosen strategically to play a role, not only as a disciple and healer, and then doing, but it's there. You can see there is some thoughts put into the choosing. So to some extent, we need to be a bit more strategic in choosing.
Yes, and there was that doctor as well. That doctor was there. Miracles were happening. Where was the doctor there? He has to explain that in medicine we have not yet seen this. He had to be an eyewitness. That's why he was part of the synoptic gospels, so that he can tell that this was actually a miracle. This was God. Medicine can't help this.
Amazing. So the positioning of people who are experts at various areas is very important.
Yes. Very important.
Yes, the position of people who are experts in various areas. This is what I am noting down. So I have a question, and I think Dan, you talked about this and I want to go deeper, and I'll ask this question to Papa Paul, because today, as I woke up and I was meditating, I think when I called Melissa, this was on my mind, and this came to my mind, and I think I shared a portion of that with her. That was, I was meditating on mental environments, because sometimes you can have positive people and positive things all around you, but the thoughts that run through your mind are not so clean and are not so forward moving for your destiny. So I feel like, in as much as we have a physical environment of people, in as much as we have a physical environment of people that are important for our growth, we also need to consciously create a mental environment of peace, stability, and also just a calmness. I don't know what you guys think. What do you think about mental environments? Papa Paul, please, this one, dear, I'm bringing it to your table, or would you need time to think? Melissa, would you want to go? Yeah, let's wait for Papa Paul to respond. Yeah, Papa, would you like to take this one, or we wait? You can text in the chat sections.
I've missed the distance. I got a Vista in here, so
Oh, okay, no
I
problem.
missed. But you can send me. You can tell me the question so that I can write.
Okay. The question is about mental environments. So we understand that we can choose our physical environments, and we should be strategic in our physical environments and in the circles where we put ourselves. But where there is no other human being and it's between us, our thoughts, and God, how do we preserve a good mental environment? Yeah, thank you. That's the question.
That's a very solid question. Give me some time to think about it.
All right, please think about it. Thank you. Melissa, please go ahead.
Okay, for me, I think where we are positioned is very important. It makes up the operating system. An operating system, like for those with computers, that's the main system that operates in a computer. That will allow certain applications to come in, and also it rejects other applications to come in.
Yeah.
Same as where we position ourselves. Where we position ourselves will make our operating system. So, for example, you grew up in a family where they do voodoo stuffs. So when you go to the Christian family, because your operating system is wired to do stuff, you will not accept Christianity. Same applies well as poverty. If you are wired that life is hard, when people tell you in other places that life is good, it will be very hard for you to accept. Your operating system would automatically reject.
Yep.
Because you are wired. So your positioning is very important. Very important where you position. It will determine, are you going to be a successful person, who you are going to be in life, and also your paradigm will be made by that.
So that means there is an operating system that can also be edited and changed as we go on, right? So if we feed a certain kind of data to this operating system, we change its mental positioning. And when the mental positioning is changed, the ability to do something beyond where it used to be is also changed.
Yes.
Like programming, right? Senior one, that's your field.
Yeah, like
Yes.
Yeah.
also.
Yeah. From a programmer's point of view, what would you say?
Oh, yeah. Like let's say you cannot run an Android app on a Mac iOS, right? So
Chai.
there are some programs, there are some programs that cannot, it's quite easy. So no one, you
This is
cannot,
taking me to another
because
level in my brain.
unless you bundle or you create an app specifically for an Android phone, and also vice versa. So I also, as she was Melissa was talking, I think the scripture of Romans chapter 12 verse 2, I think, do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by
By the
the renewal
renewing of your
of your mind.
mind.
Yeah,
Ah.
that you get the perfect will of God. So I think that being transformed by the renewal of your mind comes also with the environment that you have, and also the company, or let's say the family you make, that as we've all said, pushes you to the next level. And once you have a toxic environment, you know that you are going to have difficulty in having the steps to getting to the next level. So you always have to make sure that your mind is in the right place, and you set yourself and your goals and your targets are in place and not being shaken by the environment. Yeah.
So
So
what
that's what
needs
I
to change first? Then this brings me to a question. What needs to change first? Papa Paul will come back to help us answer this one. We are waiting for the text, but then we'll move to the next question. That is, what needs to change first? Is it the physical environment or the mental environment, or both, or any? What
so
needs to change first?
I think they all can come in interchangeably. So maybe you could be working, let's say, working, having in your workspace, right? And let's say there's no right coordination between you and some people, or and you see that you have to create an environmental, like space where there's peace and tranquility for you to work. So that is your environment, right? You need
Yep.
to work on that. Then apart from that, your mind also comes in when you see that you are not able to coordinate things that you were supposed to process, being the things that are surrounded by your environment. You need that peace of mind, because you are being affected by the things that are going on in your environment. So I think they all work hand in hand. Yeah, so that's what I think on that issue, or that
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. Okay, I would say, I think changing the mind is the most powerful thing and the most difficult also. It's because, like, automatically, if let's take the example of, if I am around we smokers and drunkards and etcs, this is my environment. The possibility that I am this is like 10 over 9 over 10, 90%, right? Then, if I have a revelation up here in my mind that this activity, this environment is not right for me, and from my mind there is a renewing, the renewing of my mind, right? Being transformed by the renewing of my mind. So there's a transformation from my mind that this environment is not right for me. I need to, I'm bigger or I'm better than this environment. With the renewing in my mind, my actions follow my mind. So my next action is going to be, I need to be out of this environment. I will do everything possible to get out
Yeah,
of this environment.
Okay.
Because
yeah,
no matter what, my mind is no more here.
yeah.
Myself cannot
It's been
maintain,
transformed.
it's transformed. So basically it's like I'm in another environment already by my mind. It's just left with my body to follow. So I think like with a lot of issues, especially when it comes to the hardworking nature of African youth, the dependency nature of African youth, the efficiency nature of the African youth or youth in general, it has a thing to do with the renewal and the transforming of our minds. Because when we are taught and we
Yeah.
understand that, hey, it's not anyone to do it but me. It's not anyone to change it but me, and it's not like I don't know, especially for ladies, we are the thought of then in a ninth horse. What do they call that? Knight with a shining armor, or something like that. You're going to be saved by a knight in a shining armor. You're not going to be saved by any knight in any shining armor. Jesus is your shining armor. Get up and work. Get up and strive for yourself, you know. And God will help you when you, like Papa said, God helps those who help themselves. It's not in the Bible though, but it is a fact.
Yeah.
It is a fact of life. So I
Yeah.
think the understanding of, hey, I've got to change here in order to change here. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, please go ahead, Melissa.
it's like a paradigm shift. Why do I say paradigm shift? Like our mind has got conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And the one which
Yeah.
is ruling the most is the subconscious mind. So sometimes the things that we do, we don't even think when we do them. So most of these things that we still do as adults like this, we learned them from an age of 0 to 7. And that's what made our operating system. When you were born, you didn't know anything, but everything that you know now, even to eat with the right hand, why do you eat with the It's because someone told you. But right now, you do it without even thinking. But it's also possible to make sure that you eat with the left hand and you can have no problem. Even writing. So even like when you wear a trousers, why do you start with some people start with the left leg, you know? It's a paradigm that was inserted in them that we use right now as adults. So for you to move to have a better mental health, you have to have a paradigm shift in your mind to change your subconscious thinking. Because this subconscious thinking that we have is powerful.
The
That
subconscious is powerful.
yes, that whatever that will come in your face that doesn't align with this subconscious, you immediately reject it. For example, if you grow in a family which is full of poverty, and you were told you were never going to make it, your subconscious is already written that your family, no matter what you do, you will never make it. So when someone comes and tell you that there is a way, you quickly reject it because your subconscious mind strongly believes that. So you have to have a
Change
paradigm
the
shift of your mind.
subconscious mind. Changing the subconscious mind. In order to believe, we need to change the subconscious mind. In order to believe what is possible, we need to change the
Yes.
subconscious mind. Great, amazing. That's really professional. That's in psychology. We accept it, we learn. Change the subconscious mind. Just Ben says that I think it's all about where we focus our energies, then we become. I think that's so true. That's so true, right? What you guys think? Yeah.
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 Yes, I think it's true. And also we need help to know where to focus our
Bam.
energies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We also need
Exactly.
help because how do I know without knowing? These are the things that I know.
Yeah,
you know.
that's
Yeah, yeah, that's so true.
I think we have the Holy Spirit as believers to direct us. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
as to some of these decisions that we make in life, so where to
Yes,
focus our attention.
I think also just Ben can explain more what he means by
Yeah,
knowing.
where to focus the energies. Ben, are you convenient to open your microphone and to tell us more?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you for the chance, but I think I'll take up just a few minutes.
All right.
Changing our minds, like I said, it's all about where we focus our energies. This is something that I can say recently I've just come to learn, taking my environment where I am currently. You know, what you think is what you become. You might be in an environment, like you said, yes, you might be in an environment where people are smoking. And yes, there are higher chances of you becoming a smoker. That is, if you also focus your energies to that. But still, you cannot, only if you don't focus on that line. So that gives us the thrive whereby, like Melissa has just said, being in control of our subconscious minds. Yeah, like like if you come from a poor family, yes, chances are 100% around you that you might also be poor. Yeah, but
Yes.
where you focus your energies, when you constantly manifest it onto you that yes, this is where I am gonna be. Me, I'm not going to end up like ABC. This is my end. It starts to manifest around you and fills your mind, whereby it starts to guard your energies to people that might come and alienate you in any way or the other. In that, you get to stand strong. So in that I was meaning that yes, you can be in a shady environment, but what your mind is what you are. And
Great.
once you train it, still you can withstand anything because it is like it will be written onto you, like it will be like as if it is on your DNA that this is me, I don't do this no matter what. Like take an example, I've seen a lot of female friends that come here. Before they came in, they were talking bad maybe about people dress, the way people move up with life and everything. Yeah. But then currently, if you look at them, it's like they've adopted. So when you get to ask them what happened, yeah. So it's like their energies were already there, but because of the circumstances, perhaps they weren't favoring them to be whatever they wanted to be. Yeah, people changing because of the environments. I think in most cases, they at one time wanted to be that thing, but because of the circumstances, they are not. Circumstances don't allow them to be. They can't be that. Recently, as I conclude, there is a post that I read that don't judge someone's behavior. How was it reading? Okay, it was all about money. Like don't judge someone's moral if you don't have enough money to support support your temptations. Yeah, you get it. So it's like whenever we are into that situation, like we don't have money, there are a lot of things we say we can't do. How can you do this if you have a lot of money? I mean, money is a root of evil. Is all those things we say them. But that money will be evil. It will be evil to you only if you also had evil thoughts in the very beginning. Because you always wanted maybe to prove something.
You're going somewhere. I was I was just about to go to. And yeah, that's really so true. And thank you for sharing, Ben. Thank you so very much. And you hit so beautifully. That is, you don't know who you are until you are put in the same opportunity, position, environment as the person you are looking at from afar and judging. You have no idea what lies within you. So, what differentiates us, or what is able to help us maintain what we want to be? It's like what Paul said. He says, the evil that I don't want to do, I find myself doing, and the good that I want to do. So that is the battle, exactly, just drawing and connecting everything, right? That's the battle of the subconscious mind, where you want to do something, but because you have been trained over and over and over, out of experience, out of how you were brought up, whatever, it's like there is a program in somewhere that it's a fight between your will and what you end up doing. So how do we reckon? And I know there's the easy way where we say, oh, God will help us. And God will help us. But you see, even the greats fall, and even the men of God are men before God. You know, they are men before God. But I'm encouraged when the Bible talks about Abraham as a man that decided, you know, and then you come and we hear about Enoch, and that he walked with God. He chose to walk with God. So there can be a choice and a reckoning in yourself that, look, it is a battle, but this battle, at the end of the day, I am going to win. So, or we are going to win, or the victory is this way. Because I think, like we said, it's about the changing and where you focus the energies, right? So if the energies is on the battle in the subconscious mind as opposed to what the outcome is supposed to be, then it even makes it more difficult to overcome that situation. If we are thinking so much about the process, then the probability that we will make a mistake in the process is higher. But if the focus is on the outcome, then the probability that we will make the right choices to get that particular outcome is probably higher. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think, Dan? And then Sarah. Sarah, I'll be asking you to unmute your mic soon. So get ready. Dan, what do you think?
It's not that clear to me. If you could repeat it again.
Okay. Like, yeah. I mean, what do you think about, like, because, you know, it's about the changing of the mind and changing of intentions. I want to use this word intentions. But this morning, talking about mental environments, I was thinking intentions. Be intentional about what you do. Like, so I was like, okay, a human being, if we are asked, who are you? The sum total of who we are as humans, like the sum total of Grace, the sum total of Dan, the sum total of just Ben, the sum total of Sarah, the sum total of Melissa, the sum total of Mr. Paul, the sum total of who we are is the choices of our intentions. Like, if I am intentional about, you know, about something, you know, all my intentions, okay, I'm intentional about success. I'm intentional about treating people with respect. Okay, I'm intentional about treating people with respect. What goes in comes out. I'm intentional about hi McDad, you're welcome. I'm intentional about ministry, right? Serving God. I'm intentional about let's say projects. I'm intentional about renewable energy and my company. I'm intentional about building teams and systems that help me move the company to a global stage. I'm intentional about positioning myself in a way that my environment affects or doesn't affect what ABC project, right? I'm intentional, like the sum total of who I am is not the profession or etc. The sum total of who we are as an individual is the sum total of all our intentions and how that plays out. Because you can do something with a good intention and it has a bad outcome. You know? You can do something with a good intention and has a bad. That's why they say God is the one that looks inside. He's the one that sees, from the inside. Because sometimes you can be over passionate about your intention, and then what comes outside looks bad. But I feel like the intentions, the probability that with the right and correct intention, you will have the right and correct action, and then you will have the right and correct results. Because if your intention is right, I think there is a very slim probability that you will act wrongly with a right intention. So, like, what do you think about intentions with relation to growth and with relation to like the subconscious and programming your intentions?
Yeah, intentions are good, but as you said, you can intend to make something work out at the right way, but it might not work out like what you expected it to be. So I would say that you make all the plans possible. You create the enabling environment for your plans to be fruitful. But finally, it boils down to God making it coming to pass, because everyone has a greater power or what they really believe in that makes it possible. It's not that everything is religion, but you just always have to know that there's a limit to every man, and every possibility of every plan that you have is limited. So once you know that your plans get to a certain part, you yourself, it gets out of hand. So you know that your plans are secured in that greater power, and you can be able to be rest assured that it will work out for
So
you.
it's about
Yes.
fix your intentions in a greater power so it works out. And our greater power is God,
So
yeah. Oh,
once your plans are in line, you have made sure that they are to be achieved. But yeah, so you just have to rest in that. Yeah.
Okay, nice conclusion from Dan. Let's see. Melissa, what do you think about this? Intentions, subconscious, building our growth environments. Melissa. Yeah.
Intention, like intentions is what you intend to do, right?
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
Yes.
So we can say intentions are dreams.
Mm-hmm.
We can put it in the same bracket, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So me, I think if you have if you intend to do something, as long as you want to do it, there's nothing that can stop you. Like what we said last time, like the first podcast, like you need to plan it and then implement it. If you have to move from where you are, like usually, if you are at one place, you have that same information that you had, since you were young. When we were in Africa, we had that same mentality. But when we moved here to China, you can see that even our mentality changed. Also moving to different places helps you also change your mindset. And also where you don't understand, to even ask experts at that area. You'll be maybe championing in engineering, but there are people who champion in marketing and selling. You have a product, you have a good application, and you want to sell it, you have to go to the extract. So that way your intention can be fulfilled.
Boom.
I was reading something. I think it can also help here. Like I learned that in a human life there are quotients, that there's IQ. A lot of people know IQ, which is the intelligent quotient. But it's not only the IQ that is there. It's not only the only IQ that is there. There's after
EQ.
After
Emotional,
IQ, there's EQ, emotional quotient,
intelligence, emotional
social
intelligence quotient. Yeah.
And
Quotient.
adversity quotient.
Adversity quotient.
So, yes. But now the way we grew up, especially us as Africans, IQ has been the most hammered on us.
Exactly.
Like IQ, yes. So this one is the ability for us to memorize maths and solve problems and recall lessons. That's IQ, which is not the most important in our life.
No.
But if we look, 90% or not 90, maybe 50% of people die thinking that if we accomplish to be professors, then we have the key. We have the key to life.
Then we have made it in life.
Yes, that's not the truth. You know, that's why we see those intelligent students, most of them, yes, they end up being professors or being dedicated to one company. But there's also emotional quotient. Emotional quotient measures your ability to maintain peace with others, keep on time, responsible, be honest. That's emotional. Then social one, this is the one that measures ability to build a network and friends and maintain long period of time. Then adversity quotient is the one that when you face trouble, you don't jump over and commit suicide.
Exactly.
The adversity one, it helps you to pull yourself through. So we have been hammered on IQ, but the other three, we don't, some people, they don't even know that they exist. And these are the ones, they're the ones that makes the billionaires of today, going out and about, the social quotient, emotional quotient, adversity quotient. And the IQ is the least. So for you to get out of that mindset of saying education is the key, education is the key, you need to go where you have new information.
Okay,
if your parents are saying, please, doctor,
the key. What is the padlock? What is the padlock?
This thing of education is the key. As soon as we are born, we hear education is the key. There are no other keys.
No other key. Only education. Even Jesus is not the key. Only education.
Yes. And we're like, how can we get at the highest? You must be an engineer, you must be a doctor, you must be
good. You know, education is good. Okay, let's put this statement. We are not saying don't go to school. We are not saying education is bad. We are not saying being a doctor, professor, a higher learned person is bad. But let that not be the only thing that we strive for. Strive for emotional, what do you call, graduations. You know, your ability to connect with other human beings, be empathic, your ability to try to be socially a doctor and a professor too. Have some social impact. When your life is said and done, what will be the legacy of your social impact? Have some social quotients. And then we are saying, in the day of trouble, your adversity quotient, in the day of trouble, when we don't pray for so, but it was like Job, right? When everything was taken from him, I read the book of Job like 3 times before. During one very hard time in my life, I read the book of Job 3 times. And I realized this dude, when the adversity came, he said, oh, glory to God. the one who gives us and takes us away. Your children are dead, your cousins are gone, and God lifts up his hands to say, glory to God, the one who giveth and taketh away. How strong is your AQ? How strong are you in your adversity? That everything is merry, 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 everything is happy, happy, happy. All of a sudden, bam, everything is gone. Are you going to say glory to God? Going to go commit suicide and think that the entirety of your life is connected to your net worth, or is connected to what you have, or because if how you show up in the social quotients, there's that part that talked about. Now I'm going to pick Job and use Job as an example in this thing. Because the Bible said what? Job was an influential man among the East. He was the richest in the East. He was known across the East. The dude knew that if you take away my money, my adversity quotients, I still have a name. I still have an influence. His friends from all the borders of the East traveled to sit with Job for 6 days. A circle that was tight. That when there was adversity, his friends and the people that he called friends didn't run away from him. They sat with him for 7 days with no words. Wow, tight. They didn't say his family. I'm sorry, Dan, you are here. They didn't say his family. They said his friends sat with him. His wife called herself. His wife was saying, would you curse God and die? His family was telling him, would you curse God and die? Like, who are your friends? That's my question to each and every one of us today. That in the day of trouble, when everything is falling apart, you know this person can take a flight from wherever they are. At one phone call of what is going on with you, they will come and sit with you 7 days. No blame, nothing. Just, are you okay? The source is paining. Oh, God. It was on the 7th day they couldn't hold themselves again. This one day they were like, Job, okay, did you do something against God or something? Because it's like this one day, your situation is special. But we've got to have, I feel like we've got to have all these things, the social quotient, the emotional quotient. And thank you very much, Melissa, for bringing that even into light. And then that also triggers this part for me. And the intelligence quotient is good, but it will not take us too far. Our ability to be emotionally intelligent, socially intelligent, adversity quotient, that one is serious. That one we need, because as a human being, whether we like it or not, a day of trouble is coming for all of us. A day of
and
trouble.
after all,
please go ahead.
After all, we are emotional beings. We
all
connect
emotional beings.
If you are good to me, I'll be more free to you.
Yep.
If you are nice to me, if you attend to me nicely, and you are in a shop, I'll buy from you just because you have been nice to me. So all this emotional quotient and social quotient, they are very important. And adversity, the least one is the IQ. Though yes, it's good. We cannot deny that. It opens up your mind. But on the hierarchy is the least one.
Yep. That's true. That's true. My bestie says the padlock is ignorance. When we ask if education is the key, what is the padlock? The padlock is ignorance. That is so true. That is so true. The padlock is ignorance. It is absolutely true. So, guys, in order to bring our meeting, unfortunately, today we are not going to go 2 hours. We're going 1 hour, 30 minutes. Just to bring everything into perspective, bring everything into context. Let's have some last words from everyone. What would you say? Like, in order to build our environments, our growth environments, in order to tap into a higher self, and in order to be rooted, like we say, like Job, if issues come, we are not, that we have a form of stability. What would be like your top 3 things you are going to practice this time? Like, what would be like three things? It can be physical things in choosing and selecting. Okay, I don't want to say, maybe I'm giving answers. So what would be the top 3 things? Yeah.
Is it to who? Me?
Then Melissa, then Papa Paul, then Sarah, then just Ben.
Okay. What was the question?
Like, in order to reach and build our growth environments, what will be the top 3 things that you will be practicing for building your growth environments, especially after what we have just, the great, insightful, beautiful conversations we have just had? Yeah.
I think you just have to be open-minded, open to new ideas. Just listen to everybody and filter what is good for you. And also, if you have something that you need to do, you need to do it religiously, because whatever you set your mind on, whatever it is, you can do it. We are natural creators. That's what we are. So whatever you want to do, you can do it without fail. So yeah, that's what I think.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Yes, Dan, is there
To me,
anything?
to me, I think I'll go for these 3 things. That is, gets a content, or that's a purpose. The second is gets substance, that is working to perfect that purpose. And the third is your value, how much you place on the contents or the purpose that you have. That's the value. And scripture that's always been with me, or that I've been running with, is Hebrew chapter 12, verse 2. Says, looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. So in everything, you continuously have a purpose, and that purpose is being driven by your creator, or the energy that you emit wherever you find yourself. So I think that looking at the one that has brought you into this world or into this earth to guide your steps is one thing. So I think that these 3 things, that's having a purpose and using that purpose well, that's your substance, and creating a value out of that substance or that purpose. These 3 things are what our with. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so very much. Papa Paul, if you are available and to open your microphone, you may please do so. If not, please just tell us what you think we should learn from building our growth environments. And just Ben, can you share with us what you think we can focus about when building our growth environments?
Thank you. I think I have I think Melissa has just said it and done, but all we need is to be open-minded to new environments that we are being introduced to. And whatever can help us to to reject maybe the bad stuff around us is to always be true to ourselves by remembering our blueprint, because at the end that is who we are. That is the true you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because at the end that one will lead us to knowing, will lead you to knowing your purpose. Because without purpose, immediately that is we are liable to being lost, being taken up by the waves. Whatever comes, we shall jump on that, jump here and there. So I think that's all what I would say that is all what we need. And yeah.
Great. Thank you so very much. That's so insightful. That is, be open-minded to new environments. Remember your blueprint. And Dan said, content, purpose, work and drive your purpose and be rooted and create value. And Sarah, can you please unmute yourself and tell us what you are going to do after today to build your growth environment? Yes. Melissa, do you want to say something?
She put in the comment section.
Oh, she put in the comment section. Okay. I didn't see that. Let me just a minute. Okay. For me, it would be accountability, patience, and authenticity. Yes, Ma. Yes, that is so true. And that's so good. Thank you. We will note that. Accountability. So accountability means have accountability partners. People should be able to keep you accountable. You should be patient because life is a process. Nothing happens in one day. And be authentic. There's only one you. And if you don't give us who you are, we will be receiving, it's like having two Beyoncés and two Rihannas. It's impossible, you know? Don't copy Beyonce or Rihanna, like be your own. We want to have Melissa. We like Melissa because Melissa is Melissa. We like Ben because Ben is Ben. We like Sarah because Sarah is Sarah. We like Dan because Dan is Dan. No other Dan. We like Papa Paul because Papa Paul is Papa Paul. No other Papa Paul, right?
And Auntie Grace, forgive me.
Yes, please.
I today I was lost, but I'm back.
No problem.
Forgive
please,
me, guys. Today I'm back.
Please come and close us. Come and close us. Come and close us. We are saying.
Oh, I heard about accountability, but I don't know where you are now and then what are you talking about? So I don't want to just come in.
Okay, that's fine. We would post the conversation so you will be able to go and recap and see what we were talking about later. But we were talking about emotional quotients, right? And being able to focus not only on the intelligence quotients, but emotional quotients, social quotients, and adversity quotients. And I think we talked about Job, and then we talked about now, in the conclusion of everything, how would we build our growth environments, right? And then we had purpose, creates value, be rooted in your principles, and then remember, just Ben said remember your blueprint, and then Melissa said be open-minded to a new environment. So that were some of the things that we had, and then we would like to hear from you too, Papa. How will we be able to build our growth environments, and also create sustainable value, so sustainable social value.
Today my internet, I don't know, right now internet going on and off. It's like in Ghana we say doom so.
Your internet is doom soaring. It is doom soaring.
Yeah, it's doom soaring. I don't know exactly what is going on, but
yeah, that's all good. All right. So guys, let's in conclusion, I would also Papa, would you like to go ahead, or Is there something you would say, or you write it in the chat? I think in relation to all that has transpired today, I think one of the main things I will be going out with is circle. Like how important our circle is, how important the people we choose are, with the example of Job, especially, because that was the whole thing about building the environment, because it wasn't even Job's family that sat there with him in the days of adversity. It was the environment that he chose, and that also reflects who you are. And as much as we can be strong in the mind and strong in our in changing our minds, but everything that is changed about our minds has to reflect all around us, and that would help us also maintain the health that we have created in the mind. Because if you've created a healthy mind and you haven't invested in maintaining that health in your mind, you may end up being in a situation where you are not fulfilling the fullness of who you are supposed to be. So thank you all so very much for hanging out, and in the absence of any more goodies, because we have eaten, we are full. Is there any other things you would like to add? Senior one, Dan, is there anything you'd like to add?
Oh no, I just want to thank you for the opportunity to be on your Hangout show. Yeah, much blessed.
You do
So
that and we change this to a Dagbani conversation.
no,
Don't, don't,
it doesn't have to be.
don't,
So
don't go there.
I'm just grateful. I'm really humbled and
Nah,
blessed.
come on,
Yeah,
come on,
that
come on, come on. I'm
you've
humble.
invited me, and also to meet
Yeah,
everyone on this platform. It's been a
yeah.
blessing
Everyone is
to hear from
amazing.
everyone here,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
us sharing
Mm-hmm,
on each and every topic. I think I've
mm-hmm,
also learned much,
mm-hmm.
and I think I'm also going to run alongside with it
Great.
in my life, and it's been a blessing. Thank you, guys.
Amazing. Thank you, everybody, and have a lovely week ahead. I hope you have been motivated and fired up for finishing your Thursday and Friday. And then, yes, we need to fire up, because the podcast is put on Wednesday for a strategic reason, because you need some fire to finish the week, and we have had that. So let's move with that. Yeah. So God bless you all, and enjoy your week ahead, and see you next week. Yeah. Stay blessed.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Most welcome.